It's fine.
All right. Let's move on to the game of the week, in my opinion. The Miami Dolphins traveling up to the Cincinnati Bengals. Thursday Night Football. 3-0 Miami Dolphins. Puma, how are you feeling about your boys, dog?
I mean, I'm feeling good. I mean, you called me during the game on Sunday, and there was one point. It was towards the end. They had that huge right? fourth down stop in the red zone, and you're like, "Oh man, you're about to be 3-0. How do you feel?" I'm like, "It's not over. There's still time on the clock. There's no." He's like, "Oh, what are you talking about?" Like, nope.
You know what happened? You know what happened, Puma? You know what
happened? Then the butt punt happened.
You know what happened? I was watching like 3 games at once. Like I had red zone going and I had the Patriots going, and it was like so much going on that I couldn't comprehend that like this game could still go on. You feel me? Like I was in a space where it was all right. I just want this to be done with so I can like focus on the other shit as well.
Yep. Well, nope. The butt punt happened, and we got out of Dodge, and we saw the the moment that'll live on forever. Which I don't know why he's getting like a lot of blowback. Is Ken Dorsey like getting pissed in the booth? Like, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I don't get it either. It's like, oh man, he's got to apologize. It's like, no, like, you kidding me? Dayball laid into Daniel Jones week 1, and everyone was about to build a statue for him in front of MetLife. Like, you got a coach, is showing emotion. It's a playoff atmosphere, like you said. They might see each other in the playoffs. Yeah, I'd be pissed too if Isaiah McKenzie didn't get down because he was fighting for an extra yard or two. They had no timeouts, and they couldn't spike the ball in time. I would be pissed. But that was Sunday. Getting to the game preview, which, the line right now is Bengals laying 4 points at home against the Dolphins here. The big question here is Tua going to actually play? Now, for those of you that didn't see the game, maybe saw the highlights, he got what was flagged as roughing the passer. Matt Milano kind of gave him a shove. I honestly didn't think it was like a dirty play or anything. It was just bang bang. But he got shoved, he fell down, he bounced his head off the turf, and he looked like me in my 20s, just being able to drink for the first time, highly inebriated, leaving the peddler's daughter in Nashua, New Hampshire. Somehow he cleared the concussion protocols, and Jonathan Jones of CBS Sports, he put up a copy of what the protocols are. He cleared them. He came back. He played the rest of the game. The team is deeming it as like a back issue / what is it? Back and ankles. Like
they called it a back spasm that locked up his back, and then his legs went as well.
Yeah, so that's what they're dealing with. I mean, he's not in concussion protocol right now, but the NFLPA is launching an investigation. But I think like this line is kind of factoring in whether or not Tua is going to play. I think the defensive side of the ball for the Dolphins, I mean, they were rolling the dice a lot against the Buffalo Bills. I mean, sometimes it paid off. Sometimes they gave up the big yardage here. But like the Bengals, we all know how bad the offensive line is. And I know like they had that get-right game against the Jets. But if you look at the stats here, they're 32nd. That's the Bengals. They are 32nd in total offense through 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. So like the Houston Texans are doing more offensive production than the Cincinnati Bengals are right now. I think Xavier Howard's going to be able to hang with Jamar Chase. I got the Dolphins in this game. It's going to be close. Like I said, the spread's at 4, the over-under's at 47. But I'm going to take the Dolphins in this game to improve to 4-0. I'm expecting Tua Tagovailoa to play this week. Obviously, if Teddy Bridgewater plays, I'm going to want really nothing to do with this game. But Tua plays, these wide receivers and Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, I think they're going to have their way with the secondary.
Yeah, and I'm kind of leaning there as well with the Dolphins, just because I think the Dolphins have gone to a point where I think they're a good team in the AFC. I don't know if they're contenders just yet, but we'll find out here soon. But I think what I liked the most about the Dolphins on Sunday was they were able to win with defense, right? Let's be real. Holding the Bills to 19 points when the Bills have just basically scorched everybody left and right is a big monumental task, right? And on top of that, it's weird because if you look at the stats, you'll be like, well, the Buffalo Bills put up like 380 passing yards and 115 rushing yards. Yes, I get that. That makes the Miami Dolphins defense look bad, but it's about making those key plays when you need to make them. Is to make those stops when you need them the most. On top of that, the heat was oppressive as all hell, so that was part of it as well. But I was really impressed with this how mentally sound, mentally tough that defense was to keep going blow for blow with Josh Allen and just like, basically not giving an inch. So I was very impressed with that defense. On the offensive side, you guys had a little bit of a slower day, but I think Tua made just enough plays, just enough big plays for you guys to win that game. Like I said, stats are just landed towards the Bills. But on the other hand, the Bengals, I don't understand, and maybe you can like help me out with this. How is it that this Bengals offensive line might just be as bad as it was last year, right? I mean, yeah, they got a little better against the Jets, but the first 2 weeks, it was absolutely atrocious, right? I mean, you knew last year the storyline going in to the Super Bowl was that Joe Burrow was the most sacked quarterback in NFL history to make a Super Bowl, right? I mean, it just doesn't happen when you get sacked that many times that you make it far into the playoffs. He was able to overcome that. So this offseason, they go out, they sign a bunch of big free agents, right? The guy down from Dallas, they brought over a guy from Tampa as well. And we thought this revamped offensive line was going to help out quite a bit, but that hasn't been the case so far. So I wonder if it's more than just the offensive talent. Maybe it's a coaching issue. Maybe they're teaching it the wrong way. Maybe it's schematics. Maybe Joe Burrow just holding onto the ball for way too long. Maybe he's trying to hit the home run ball on every single play, and that's what's causing the issues. But for some reason, these offensive line issues are still there.
Yeah, I don't understand it either, and I get it. Like, it's going to take some time for the offensive line to gel as a unit, but I mean, he at this rate, he's going to lead the league again in the most sacked quarterback, and part of this, I think, not enough people are talking about this, but like you heard like Pete Prisco, CBS Sports Media, talking about this of maybe him missing time at training camp with the appendectomy is kind of playing a factor in all this too. Like like you said, he's holding the ball too long. He didn't have a whole lot of time to gel with this offensive unit. And he had abdomen surgery. He had an appendectomy, so like he lost weight. So like maybe he's trying to put that weight back on. It could be a whole slew of things, but I'm kind of leaning towards like the lack of training camp because of the surgery type of deal. But I mean, this offensive line is going to have to hit the ground running at some point, or they're going to get their quarterback killed.